up, you guys? I'm back, sort of, I guess. So today I'm going to be filming a very short crush video that popped into my head today. But first, let's stop. Hold up, look at this. Guess what lip shade this is? This is from like Lily Singh's Boss lipstick from Sephora. Not sponsored, whatever. You can tell that I don't know how to wear lipstick or how to apply it, but I love it so much. First off, let me clarify some things. Surprising, I know, but I've never had a boyfriend. Like, what, Marie? Are you kidding? No way! Yeah, I know. The reason that I don't really have a lot of good success with boys is that I do not know how to talk to them. This only applies to guys who are my age. Like, if you're older than me, I'm going to be okay. If you're younger than me, I'm gonna be fine. But if you're around my age, I just don't know how to talk to you. Like, what do I say? Like, how do I relate to you on some level? And it just confuses me. And then I do this weird thing where I think that any guy who pays me any attention at all must have a crush on me, or otherwise they would not be talking to me, because like, I don't know, that's just how my brain works. So like, I just cannot talk to guys. And so here are a few stories of me struggling in my relationships. First of all, my type, if you guys are curious, my type is like the guy who's like sort of quiet, but very good personality, very good-hearted guy. For me, like, the thing is, I just love dark black hair. Like, if you have dark black hair and like great eyes, and you don't even have to have great eyes, you just have dark hair, and you have a certain kind of haircut. It's like it has to make a certain kind of haircut. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm in love. I don't know what it is about like the dark hair and the haircut thing. It's like, it's not a dad thing, because my dad's not like that. He has dreads like this, but there's just something about that makes me like, oh my gosh, I don't like blonde as much. I don't like brown. It's just dark hair. I don't know, random thing. So yeah, let's get started. I remember one time I had a crush on this guy. This guy was my first crush. I never talked to him. Like, every time I saw him, I'd be like, oh my gosh. I like tucked my hair behind his ear, and I think I was like trying to send off subtle hints like, hey, I like you. He would wave and stuff, but like, I didn't say anything to him. Again, hence the awkwardness. So this one's gonna be a little awkward because I think like once in a while he watches my videos. And so, hi. This was probably when I was like 10 or 11. Him, my brother, and I were all friends, and we always hung out together. And then also I had my own best friend, and we'd all hang out together. Funny, when I was 10, I had more friends than I have now. But anyway, he was just like really, really cool guy, and he still is. Super funny, really great personality. Like, literally everyone loves him. He's just like funny and entertaining and smart. Oh, super cool. So like, I loved him, and so I really wanted him to like me. And so, of course, being me, I never like told a guy I liked him. I still don't, but I would like send subtle hints. And so I was like, hey, so what kind of person would you want to be married to? I wanted to be a missionary when I grew up. So I'd be like, hey, would you ever be married to a missionary when you got older? And he was like, nope, I wouldn't. And I was just like, oh, that's fine, I'll be okay. And it's like stuff like that, where like I just didn't really, you know, I don't know. And so I guess I always kind of thought maybe he did like me, and like we could like get married together. And then one time he met my friend, so we invited him over to our friend's house, and we're all gonna hang out together. And keep in mind, my friend is so pretty, like, oh my gosh. And like, the first thing that happened, so all I remember that night is like them two went off together and like talked the entire time. And so not only did I lose like my crush, but I lost my best friend that night. And I was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? And I knew this was gonna happen because like, she's just so pretty. So yeah, that night I was like so mad, and I went home and like cried, and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? He was the one for me. Nothing ever really happened. There was just like a few times where like, I remember this one story. So we were playing some kind of game, and so she told me the story about how like they were hiding together, and like the scandalous thing was like he grabbed her hand. And then I don't know what happened, but just, he grabbed her hand, and then that was it. That was that part. Maybe 3 or 4 years later, came out that like there was a time that like she liked him and he liked her. And then there was a time that I liked him. And then I stopped liking him, and then he started liking me. And I was just like, why didn't you tell me? So yeah, that was one story. If you're watching this, hi, you're still really awesome. Okay, again, I cannot talk to guys. Let me just remind you this throughout the whole video that I cannot talk to guys. So I was at drama and I had like this really short crush on this guy. It wasn't even like a crush. It was like a little like me. I ended up putting my foot in my mouth over everything. Like it's just awful. So what happened was it was after our performance and we all went out to Steak and Shake to go eat. I don't know what the conversation was about. No. They were asking him questions about like girls or something, and I was like, well, if you do that, then who's gonna marry you? Or, like, who's gonna be your girlfriend? I don't know how to explain this, but the way that I said it was so out of context with like what the question was asking. I was like, how's a girl gonna marry you if you do that? And everyone's just like, what? Marriage? Where did that come from? And I'm just like, dear Lord, please, can I die? Can I leave? Can I die right now? And it was just so embarrassing. And it was so awkward because ever since that day, I've never been able to talk to the guy. So like every time I see him, I just like pretend either like he's not there or like I didn't see him. Like he'll be talking to someone else and I'll like go around and saying hi to everyone else but him because like I was just so embarrassed about that day that like I did not want to talk to him anymore. So like yeah, I'm pretty sure he thinks I hate him, which I don't. I was just so embarrassed, like I cannot talk to you because I remember that time every time I see you. So yeah, he doesn't watch my videos, but if he did, that would be what happened. So yeah, basically my other luck with my crushes is no less. So last story for the day. This is super embarrassing because some of my friends who probably know this guy watch this video. So I'm gonna change some details so that way like no one, I guess unless you try really hard, can figure it out. There's this guy who I see a lot, and that's all I'm gonna say about him. And so I'm not gonna say anything more because everyone who knows me will be able to guess who he is. And I don't like him anymore. This was like 3 months ago when I really liked him. I wish I could say more, but like this kind of guy is like the kind of guy who you expect to be a player, maybe. And like girls love him. And normally if lots of girls like a guy, I just don't like him. I guess I feel like I'd have to be in competition with all the girls. And so I just don't like him because I'm like, it's not even worth it. Don't bother. But yeah, this guy, I didn't once like him, but then like he like would start talking to me and like he's so charming, I guess, that like you'd be like, oh. And like all of a sudden I just found myself with this like massive crush. It was so bad. And so every time I saw him, I'd be like, he's not looking at me. He's not watching me. So that means he's trying to avoid me. That's how bad this crush was. Like no matter what, I was convinced that this guy liked me. Like no matter what I did, no matter what he did, I was just convinced, like in this little head of mine, that he liked me. So like if he said hi to me, I'd be like, oh my gosh, he likes me. If he didn't say hi to me, I would say to myself like, oh, he's just trying to avoid me. And just like stuff like that. It was so bad. Like he would do this thing where like one day he's really nice to me and then the next day it's like I'm not there. I would try to get over him and then the next day he would like kind of like not flirt with me, but like almost flirt with me. Like the closest I've ever been to flirting with a guy, he would do that. And I would just be like, oh my gosh, I love you so much. So yeah, that went on for about maybe 2-3 months. And this was actually one of my longest crushes. I still kept on being convinced that he liked me. And then I just know that I did like some things that were like really embarrassing. So like, okay, he was walking by and I was like trying to tell him a joke. And I was like, hey, you have something on your face. And he not only looked at me, but went right by me as if I was not even there. And I was just like, what just happened? Like, did I just see this correctly? That was when I kind of like started realizing like, okay, maybe this guy doesn't like me, because like I was obviously like trying to get his attention. I was like, hey, you have something on your face, and he's just like walks right by me as if I wasn't even there. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So yeah, this is the kind of luck that I have. And then like later on, I was still kind of convinced that he liked me. I was still sort of convinced though. So we were hanging out with me, my brother, and this other friend of ours and him. And like the entire time, they were like handsy, grabby, lovey, touchy, like just couldn't keep their hands off of each other. And that's when I finally got the message that like, okay, this guy does not like you at all. He clearly likes this other girl that he's like, you know what I mean? Like obviously, like they're obviously having a connection of some sort. Yeah, that was my embarrassing story with him. And the thing is, like, this guy, I don't know why, there was something about my brain that was like convinced, like, no matter what he did, like, I would say embarrassing things, he would ignore me, he would like never talk to me except for like once in a while, like a friendly thing. And I was just convinced that he liked me, and then that would make me love him even like more. It was so bad. But yeah, those were a few of my embarrassing crush stories. I'm sorry this video was kind of like random a little bit, but I don't have a lot of time to actually write a whole video, and that's why I'm still working on the giveaway, and so I apologize to the people who are waiting for the giveaway. I have my winners. I just need to film the video and set it all up and get your guys' address and contact you guys, so that way everything is good. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want more Storytime relatable advice, crush video stuff, I don't have a lot of good stories, but I do have advice and things from my life that could help you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for watching my videos. Thank you guys for 100,000 views on my channel. Like, this is so crazy. I remember maybe 2 years ago, and I was me with 20 subscribers, and I was like, I'm never gonna be able to get anywhere, and it just slowly climbed and climbed, and then you guys have helped me get where I am, so thank you for this. I love YouTube, and I love doing this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Tell me what you think of the lipstick. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Mwah. Ciao!